All right, welcome to another edition of the Scenario Podcast. We right back at y'all. Well,
Hey,
that's
two
not what
shows
we
in 2
own it.
weeks, man. It's
Yeah,
like
I mean, we
2000
right
and
back.
it's like 2018 or something, man. Look at us.
Look, this is the thing though, is that they gonna see this in the feed right back to back with the last show and be like, what's going on? Like, yeah, no, we right
man.
back.
We got the money. We got the money together, man. Cats can go on tour again. We like Mick and Keith, man. We'll see how long it lasts.
So, Mac, jump in, man. Let's talk about some stuff we got brewing on the interwebs, man.
Yo, man. So, like, we will promise some things sometimes and then just get caught up in some other stuff and not make it happen. But we said it. It's there. Quick turnaround. So, now over on Facebook, hey, we got it cracking. Another page from the many different, like low key, like the pages from the label. Damn near been as big as the shows recently. Shout out to commentary. Shout out to Only Love 90s music. We coming for you, Cass. Like, but hey, this time, man, we got the Scenario Sports and Culture page, man. One day in, we already got 50 plus people in there. It ain't even been 24 hours yet. It's an invite only page, man, but that's just because we don't want to have people popping in all the time off the streets, that don't got a key to the crib, and ruining the conversation. But man, we over there talking about everything, man. We over there talking about, what's going on. Yesterday we spent a lot of time on Week 9 NFL, just what was happening there. Threw some things up since then. Hey, shout out to Jordan Love's mama, who got the seat at the top of Arrowhead Stadium. She was looking a little bit lightheaded up there.
Shout out to Jordan Love, his girlfriend too. I wouldn't think she would have looked like that. Shout out to Jordan Love, girlfriend, for looking like.
What's that? Hold on, what's that mean? What's that mean?
You know what it means. You look at Jordan Love, and I told you that was his girl. You'd be like, no, that's his sister. For now. Because you would think he didn't go another direction. The Russell Wilson original press section.
Well, see, hey, we're gonna get to that a little bit later, but I'm just gonna tell you that brother up in Green Bay, we're gonna see. But hey, Green Bay's a wild place though, because people be going like all over the place. Like David Bakhtiari got a whole different.
I looked her up. She's from Oregon. She went to the University of Oregon.
I'm just saying, like how you start in the league a little different how you stay in it.
Yeah,
in his second year though, so you never know. We'll see. But anyway, man, we hitting all sorts of stuff, man. It's like just what we do here, man. We ain't just breaking down stats and stuff like that. We might have a little bit of that, but some of it's just about talking about what's going on, man, putting that twist on it. So. Hey, come over there, check it out, man. We definitely,
it's not just sports. We're talking other stuff too. So,
yeah, sports
ladies,
and culture.
If you want to jump in there, hang out with us.
It's gonna be where we drop our exclusive breakdown of the Scottie Pippen interview that's going on right now.
Are we gonna do that where it's only if you're in the group?
Yes,
that you go get it.
It's gonna be in the group only at first. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have
we're rolling out for everybody else.
Like a 72-hour exclusive, man, in the group first, so we can break it up and see what we're talking about, man. So, but you're gonna find we're gonna find content from Just Kicking It in there. You're gonna find we're gonna share the information for We Coming For You Cast. Oh, and shout out to them. We went to the AEW show.
Yeah, how was that?
On Friday. It was fire, man. They got a real thing going on there. That's not some startup, BS wrestling, man. Like they got a real thing going on there, and they got a dope vibe going on. But yeah, me and Rated R and RBS hit that up, man. So that was a good time. Shout out to Tony Khan, who came all the way around the ring at the end of the joint, the president of AEW, to grab a picture with the fellas. So, you know what I'm saying? It was love the whole way through. But
yeah, man. I mean, I know they're working on doing a live show for Royal Rumble too, right?
Yeah, we're working on location for that too, man. It's gonna be pretty close right down there. I got a spot I want to check out so I can, support our people, but also, what I'm saying, have it down there pretty close to the dome. So we're gonna see. We got something in the works for that. But hopefully we'll be making that announcement here in the next couple of weeks. But over on the
shout out to Just Kicking It too, man. We'll be doing our first live show Thanksgiving week at the Amsterdam Tavern. Chelsea versus Manchester United game will be that morning. So if you want to get up with us, we'll be out there in the cold. Recording.
Coming down there, you're gonna hear the glass break. You're gonna see the number 4 team on the Premier League table. Arsenal is kicking in the door. Cats tried to tell us, oh man, y'all not even a top 16 team. But now,
here you go.
we here now, baby. We back out here now. So truly expect for the Gunners to show up at that show.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. We'll be there. It'll be the first time we've been live together, so that'll be cool.
It's gonna be dope, man. Hey, we keeping things moving forward, man. But again, Scenario Sports and Culture over on Facebook. I'm sorry, not Scenario Sports and Culture. SOLC Sports and Culture over on Facebook, man. Check that out. Get in the building with the scenario twist on sports. But hey, and speaking of that, man, we ain't spent a lot of time on this, but it's come to light a little bit more since that time. Man, the Henry Ruggs situation is just bad business, like in full, man. Like the predictable outcomes that came now. Ruggs has gotten
No, hold on. I would like people to understand our conversation as it was breaking, as we was getting more information of how I train of thoughts.
It was like, what?
First, it was like, because you sent me the article. I'm like, what? And I was like, 165 miles per hour. I was like, yeah. I was like, on a regular streets? And he was like, I guess so. And I was like, and he was like, you say he did the Michael Vick and OJ.
No, he didn't do the OJ. He doubled down on things that we've seen brothers get jammed for in incredible ways, man. He did both the Maurice Claret and the
There
Michael
you go.
Vick.
Yeah.
He was speeding, he was drunk, he had the car accident, killed a girl, but killed a dog too, man. We know what happens when that happens. Like until I heard that the dog died too, I was just like, man, this is a bad situation. This feels like that Leonard Little, the Dante Stallworth type situation, the Claret situation. But then when I heard a dog died, I was like, man, not in America.
And then I was like, this is a white woman, so it's over.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. Like it's hey, that's bad business, man. I mean, I feel like dude got to eat 2 no matter what. Like minimum, he got to eat 2 to 3, right?
2 to 3 years?
Yeah, like upwards of 20. They say the cap is 20.
Oh, he's eating 10. I think he's eating half of that. Dude,
wow.
Dude, they had her car on fire on TV, and basically she's dying in there, and they got it taped. That's already in front of a jury.
I'm telling you, like the Kobe situation, like changed the standards for how they cover them deaths, man. Because when they had that video of Kobe's joint like exploding, I was like, y'all going too far now.
Yeah, I've never watched that, man. I've never watched. I just couldn't.
I stumbled into it and saw that, and I was just like, oh, this is
pre your kicking off of Twitter. I'm assuming this is when you saw that.
I guess so. Probably had to be. Yeah. Probably
and everybody can hit the free Chief C fan hashtag please on Twitter. We still keeping them. It's like I feel like Bun B.
I'm not coming back.
I know, but I feel like Bun B or Pimp C like with a free Chief C. Don't forget free Chief C fan.
Fine. We'll change what my name is right here forever. So there it is, right there.
There we go, baby.
See what it is. Let it be what it is. I feel pretty free though. I feel like almost the first free black man. Oh, and speaking
but this Henry Ruggs thing though, man. Like,
yeah, it's I hate to see that for the young brother. Obviously, man. All jokes aside, man, I hate to see that happen. But bro, I don't even know. Like you make that's just bad situation, bad decision making all around. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give some props to Derek Carr, man, who stepped up too in the moment in his press conference to say, man, like everybody raining down on him, but if he needs somebody to love him right now, I'm gonna still do it. I'm like, this dude is like, Derek Carr's gonna run for president one day, and he's gonna have a real good platform because that dude is a super mediocre quarterback, but he say all the right things. Like I see why he's got his job. Like he says all the right things. So he just continues to run for office every year and continues to stay in that.
And you really don't have no real reason to really let him go. It's like, I mean, he's a good team.
Derek Carr is a mediocre relationship where you're just like, man, I could have been with somebody else, but I guess I could have been with Future too. So this isn't
right.
So
like, okay, if we do lose him, we could get Jared Goff.
Well, I think we're seeing the end of time for Jared Goff this year. This hot 1-15, 0-16 that the Lions is headed towards, it ain't looking good for them. They got the Steelers this week too. We might see the end of Jared Goff's life this week coming up. How you come out the bye week and die? Like how you go have a bye week sandwiched by another bye week after the Steelers. But yeah, man. So yeah, peace to that brother, man. It's a bad situation. That's one of the absolute
family of the young lady too, man.
Yeah, man, like that's a terrible thing, man. But like, it made me start thinking, man, like some cats is like saying like free Odell, free OBJ. Odell wasn't in jail, but let me say this. Henry Ruggs is actually in jail. He's gonna go to court for the second time. He's on bail right now. Well, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. He's on the way.
Yeah.
He's going to court for the second time in 2 weeks on Wednesday. But here's the thing, man. That's one thing. Odell Beckham is a different thing.
Okay.
Like Odell Beckham is trying to get people wearing shirts saying free OBJ, free OBJ. Let him go out. Let him be amongst the people. But at the end of the day, what's that say about your quarterback when they say you got to get freed from him? Like, please get him away from Baker Mayfield. But then Baker Mayfield go out there and they score 40 points yesterday once Odell gone.
Needed free.
I don't know, man. This is all over the place. This is who's right, who's wrong. We're gonna see. We're gonna see based on where Odell land. Odell is gonna be officially on the waiver wire tomorrow at 4:00. Odell has put teams on notice already saying, don't pick me up unless you're really ready to run. He's got a list of teams he's willing to report to, and some he say that if I get picked up by them, it's gonna get trouble. It's gonna be trouble. So I don't know, man. I guess that's just scare tactics, but I guess
is the Odell era over? Is Odell mania over?
I got a better question for you.
Okay.
Is Odell the 50 Cent of the NFL?
Ooh.
Where he had a hot album up front and he got a lot of names and a lot of buzz from it, but now we still judging him by that first album.
Ooh. That you know what?
I'm just asking questions, sir, man. That's all.
Ooh.
I'm just asking questions, sir. I don't know. We're gonna see. Man, but that's what we're doing over there on SOLC Sports and Culture, man. So hop in, man. We having conversations about things that, we just seeing what it look like, man. Peace to everybody that's in there already. We're gonna keep it popping. I promise to keep the content coming through. I want everybody else to throw the content in.
Let's put a question out there for everybody that's in the group and even our listeners. What person has fumbled the bag worse? We were going to talk about that, but let's open it up for people and we put it in the group. What is the biggest bag fumble we've seen in anything? I mean, I guess let's open it up to anything.
Sports. There's some real quick ones that come to mind, but just overall across the whole spectrum.
Even if your boy Tyrell that messed up his job at $20 an hour at Convergence and he messed up that bag, put that in there too.
At Convergence, that was like the best sale. He was raking in the sales at Metacredit or getting the money in.
And he went to the Pink Slip one night with the company card.
Well, he or Vector came calling and he said, "Oh man, I can get these knives off a little easy."
Hey, you see Vector? Hey, is Vector still popular, or is that only old school cats that's gonna understand what that means?
I can't remember the last time somebody came door to door trying to sell me some steak knives, but I mean,
Gosh, I'm gonna Google this real quick. I
did once upon a time have a chick who thought she was dating Christian McCaffrey, try to sell us some knives.
Hold on, how did she think that she was dating him?
I think she met him in Vegas once, and and Christian McCaffrey was a fantasy player off the field as well.
Oh,
so she was feeling a way about it. So I don't know. It was a weird night.
So they still exist. They still exist.
Okay. Shout out to Vector. Is Vector publicly traded?
No. They changed their name to Cutco in 2009.
I would like to create a fake ass stock market of companies that I definitely would not invest in, but they out there for you if you believe in them. Buying that Cutco stock.
And right now I'm looking at they have 12 lawsuits that have happened since 1990.
Since this morning.
They paid $6.75 million in 2016. They had a sexual assault case in 2014. Class action suit for $13 million in 2008. Oh no, they didn't spend out some bread.
That's why they had changed that name. They couldn't afford that name no more. They had to sell that name.
There you go. And
it's like they had
$273.8 million in sales in 2019.
That's when you had to sell that car to pay rent for a second, but you getting ready to get paid right afterwards.
But you just like, I'll be good. I'll get it back.
Yeah, you had to pay the repo man early so you could make it to payday. That's one of them things.
So but, the biggest bag fumble though, y'all. Y'all hit us up. The biggest bag fumble.
Mess with us over there, man. We got some good stuff popping up over on that side. Speaking of which, man, last week we caught some heat. Not the first time. For our take on the relative depth of Kyrie Irving. Do we got any takeaways?
Oh, you want to go to some of the comments on there? All right.
I feel like that's the mailbag for the week. Is what was going on.
Let me just peruse over there, real quick.
So to recap it for you, we last week we had thoughts about Kyrie Irving, his track record, if you will.
We said he can't be trusted.
Irving as champion, and at the end of the day, we just gonna realize you just can't trust a cat like Kyrie Irving. Now, everybody got a Kyrie Irving in their life. With Thanksgiving coming up, you're gonna have a whole lot more Kyrie Irvings coming up because this is gonna be the first post-vaccination Thanksgiving, and this is gonna be one that's gonna really have conspiracy brothers and sisters on a whole nother level up in their family. So, yeah, we're gonna pull up these comments about.
All right,
Kyrie
so here we go. All right, so shout the criminal minded. He says, when y'all back to flame Aaron Rodgers? Matter of fact, where's the sports scenario at? This one from India Reese. I knew I was gonna love this as soon as I saw the title. Lee's Roy, man, shout out to Lee's Roy. He's commented on all our different shows. He's a frequent commenter over at We Coming For You as well. Funny stuff here, fellas. You can't trust a man who believes in a flat earth, but those fake deep dudes going to keep loving him because he's the embodiment of everything they are. Then this one it gets a little bit. This one it goes down.
That had to be the dog whistle for the fake deep dudes. Saw that? Like, hold on now.
So right. So then the dog is out, says, looks like y'all don't understand the fight Kyrie is doing for all of us, not to take the jab. History will show how much he was right with this fight, similar to Ali with the war. All right. That starts that. I before we go. So there's a series of comments under this. So let's start there. Matt, your response to Kyrie Irving being Ali.
I mean,
Vietnam War.
I feel like we've gone into dangerous waters when we're comparing Kyrie Irving once again trying to tell people not to go to work on his off day to Muhammad Ali saying, I don't got any quarrel with them people. I'm not going to war against them.
So I don't really comment too much in there.
And also Kyrie Irving ain't got no title to lose either. The weight and the equality of that is nowhere near the same thing.
And Kyrie's got way more money too, stacked up.
Like not even close.
So I just jumped. I normally I just jump in like, hey, good looking, just come out. I was like, Ali though? I said, I put a question for Ali though. So then someone else jumps in to confront the SOLC page and goes, yeah, you all some sheep. Forget Ali. Address the point of what he's doing against these forced experimental drug mandates. We are living through Tuskegee experiments times 1 million, and you guys are busy talking about some complete nonsense. So shout out to Lee's Roy. He jumps in and says, have you researched the Tuskegee experiments, what really happened, or just heard about it on YouTube? Like for real, read up on it from a historical standpoint. The reason I ask is how people reference it, but don't really even understand what happened at Tuskegee. So now I'm not going to read all the rest of Cheyenne is his name. He then proceeds to get mad at Lee's Roy and puts in a 9-paragraph response. No, I'm not lying, y'all. 9-paragraph
What's
response.
The character limits on this? Were these like, thorough paragraphs? Like,
so he said, I'm just gonna read the first one, and y'all can go down and go to the YouTube page, and you can just read this comment. He says, I'm a research guy. I researched those experiments over 25 years ago, as well as many others like the Unit 731 experiments, the SSS Durwanger Brigade, and many others. I only use that experiment by name as a reference point because people know it, and I assume most people don't know the history or do research, not in the flavor of the month type of way like you may be assuming. My comment stands. The whole vaccine agenda is going to be a complete disaster, and I'm not reading all the rest. He's talking about medical devices, some other stuff, Pfizer. Then he goes into public citizenry, non-profit organization, something that happened in 2020, and even more. If you want to go down and peruse his comments back, and then Lee's Roy goes, all right then.
One.
Yeah.
One.
I invoked my Lee's Roy coming up when we talk about Kanye in a minute is in classic response troll jobs.
Well, I mean, somebody asked for Aaron Rodgers in there, so I'm not gonna not give them what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Launching the page was the precursor of Scenario Sports coming back into the streets. But
one more from JP All-Star. He says, "This is hilarious. He wanted you to not go to work on his day off while he getting paid."
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Is that's like saying, "Hey, y'all, hey, this cat around the corner was talking crazy to my sister. We got to go see him." And y'all go around the corner, and then he the first cat that run when them cats up some straps. Like, oh no, hold on, I ain't know this is what we was getting into. That's her fight.
Didn't y'all want to fight for me?
Yeah, like, nah, bro, get out of here, man. Like, I'm just, hey, at the end of the day, I stand on any opinions we made on that. I'll be whatever you want me to be. I'll be a sheep. I'll be a lemming. I'll be a part of the system. But guess what I did on Friday? I got my third jab, so I'm collecting all my checks. So we out here. But speaking of not getting the jab,
great segue.
Hey, so last week, I said I couldn't wait for Aaron Rodgers' first press conference after he got flagged for having COVID. Because here's one thing I know for sure that's going on right now is that nobody in sports gives less of a fuck than Aaron Rodgers right now. Nobody. He made that very clear after last season. He went through the whole summer having the Packers on the line, like not answering their calls. Then he just showed up. He showed up.
And like he didn't even know. Let them know they didn't even have his parking space ready. Like it was like we didn't even know if you was even coming back.
He spent the whole summer at his side chick house and then decided to come home and expected for dinner to be ready. So, but here's the thing.
Hey, that's exactly what happened.
Like, you ain't say you was coming to dinner, but you want your seat and you want the big piece of chicken? Like, damn, bro, fine, here, you can have it. But I mean, damn. But I knew as soon as he came down with COVID, I was like, oh, shit. Aaron Rodgers is about to act a fool. Now, I didn't realize that I was going to get his sermon on the mound on the Pat McAfee show while Pat was rocking a tank top, rocking back and forth like he had just tickled them nose hairs, if you get what I'm saying, for right before the segment started. But here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers solidified himself as being a pastor in the Joe Rogan church of being fake deep and just saying words a lot so people think what you're saying actually means something. And that's going to be a reoccurring theme throughout today's episode, just so that you're aware of it. But he came out and he kicked it off by saying, all right, we got to throw it back. We got to throw it back to the press conference from before the season started where he said, I'm immunized against COVID. Now we got to fast forward 2.5 months. He said that he was immunized by facts and data. Now, I'm just going to say this. I don't remember last time somebody got facts and data shot into their arm and they wasn't able to contract the virus anymore. Because now, a week after Devontae Adams got it and the whole rest of the Packers wide receivers was out of play and Aaron Rodgers is out there by himself, he pops up, has it. And then the Packers lose a game yesterday. They would have easily won with Aaron Rodgers being out there. But Aaron stays defiant as hell and just basically says, listen, man, his reasons were off the charts fake deep, first of all. There's an ingredient in it that I'm allergic to. So I want to know exactly what that ingredient was because he brought it up like it was paprika or like a peanut allergy or something like that. He said, I want to have kids and I don't want it to compromise that. Well, listen, brother, you fighting the clock on that. That's more or less about the woman that you choose at this point, not about what you choose to get vaccinated with. And there's zero evidence that shows that you're sterile or any way that impacts that one way or the other. But basically, at the end of the day, it was just an entire interview where he just basically used privilege in order to say why and never addressed the fact that, bro, you lied. You played with words and you lied. But he says he didn't lie because of the fact that it was, that he feels this is the fact and that he took some homemade remedies, basically.
He took ivermectin, I believe, right?
And some other things as well. I think he referenced a couple of the herbs and spices from KFC chicken too. But basically, what that whole thing amounted to for me is that Aaron Rodgers basically said he took some tussin to fight off the COVID. And it just rang true with everything that I've heard from everybody. Everybody else has been like, I got a way to get around this. That hasn't worked. And now he's probably out for 2 weeks. And he joins the Kyrie Irving Memorial Award of, you tried to convince people to take a day off of work because you are smarter than the system.
And I gotta at least respect Kyrie Irving more. At least he stood on what he believed in.
Oh, it's not a parallel. What Aaron Rodgers did was way worse. It's way worse because you lied, dog. Like, you knew good and damn well what you said when you said you was immunized. Kyrie said, I ain't doing it, and this is why. This is where I'm at. He didn't offer no excuse so he could play and therefore continue to not have any type of financial ramifications or any impact or anything like that. He didn't go up there and be dodgy. Kyrie just stood up in front of the fire and said, this is what I'm on, and this is what it is.
So now has he become a villain? Now is Aaron Rodgers become a heel now? Or is he already developing to be a heel?
Oh, I think this is a heel turn, like when Hulk Hogan walked down with the NWO.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he wasn't necessarily the beacon of good beforehand because he had already put the Packers through it. But it's like now, bro, like I don't think that there's too much of a haven for Aaron Rodgers right now. I love it, but I also love a good heel turn. I think this is so ridiculous, and I appreciate it so much because it gave me everything that I thought it was going to be. Everything.
Yeah, and then he's growing his hair out with all that stuff, and it's like
Aaron Rodgers set the tone for, again, what's about to pop off at Thanksgiving when you got people that's coming to the table saying, man, I had some worms root tea and some honey from Trader Joe's, man, and I scared that COVID out. Meanwhile, he passing it around with the cranberry sauce at the table. Man, y'all better get y'all shields up, man, before y'all go in these people's house thinking it's all good.
How did Pat McAfee get the interview though?
He's on Pat McAfee's show every week.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's like his, like Jerry Jones got his radio show, and like Tom Brady was doing the thing up at EEI up in Massachusetts when he was up there. Like every week he just goes on Pat McAfee's show.
Okay. So he's just the resident guy that kind of pops in and kind of.
That's just where he goes. That's where he goes to give his presses, I guess. That's dude bro central, and that's definitely where he feels is at. But Aaron Rodgers might have been commenting on that Kyrie clip because he was saying all the same stuff about people being sheep and following stuff and not doing all that. Like
I would love if that was Aaron Rodgers. I would love to hang out with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, me too. In like 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Not right now. Good.
Not right now. Not in the immediate future. Not in the immediate future.
I'm good. I'm not hanging out with Aaron Rodgers at all right now. It's not happening.
So mention this to people that will never be hanging out. Man, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, man. People already know you're gonna get an exclusive if you join the SOLC sports and sports and culture. Sports and culture. You'll get this exclusive in this weekend. Then you'll be able to get it on the back end after the fact, but we're gonna exclusively drop it there for a few hours, just if you're in that group to check that out. But they're not cool, man. We're gonna review this Pippen interview with Henny Hardaway?
Henny Hardaway, I believe.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's an interesting fellow, but I'll wait for my commentary on the Pippen. We already previewed a little bit of it, so we'll talk about it when we go into it. But
I mean, so I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Does this feel like Michael Jordan's beef at all? Because this don't feel like Mike versus Scottie to me.
No, it's just Scottie. Like, this is like with the dog yelling at the wall. What is it called? Yelling at the moon. Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like Scottie trying to bite his tail right now. Like, it's been there.
Yeah.
But I mean, where this energy popped up when it was time to move that book. I'm confused about where this was at.
Also, Scottie didn't allow everybody else in that Bulls squad flipped it for something, just about. Like other stars. You got to think everybody else is able to do something, flip it. Like, all right, I've been around Jordan. Paxson became the GM, even though he didn't do a great job with it, but whatever. Kerr became a GM, then a coach. You know what I'm saying? Then you have
Tony Kukoc came to America and became a star after he got jumped at the Olympics by Mike and Scottie.
Yep. You got, Rodman. Kept his career going.
Rodman went to another level. Cats
then he
like
went to
BJ
North Korea
Armstrong got
and
the
played
residual.
exhibition games with Kim Jong-un.
Right. Still, Steven Seagal and Dennis Rodman are great international ambassadors. But here's my thing. The two cats from the Bulls Jordan era that be the angriest are the two that can get nothing out of it. And that's Scottie Pippen and that's Horace Grant. They're the ones that be the ones that had the most to say all the time.
But they also are part of the original band too. That's the thing. I think because they're part of the original group. It's like with bands when they replace other people. They're like, man, I'm just happy to be in.
They the first two chicks from Destiny's Child.
There you go. Because everybody else that come along, you just happy to be in the band. You don't care. You like, man, I'm just happy to be in this band touring.
Scottie was in the later version though. Scottie's is weird, man, because like Scottie,
right? But you're still an original member. Everybody else that came along that really kind of was happier that didn't leave the original set, besides John Paxson, those two bigger stars, they were all singing at the front. You got all these new dudes. It's like,
let me ask you this: what's Scottie trying to accomplish here?
I don't know.
I'm lost on what the purpose of this is. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, really, Scottie's got, look, before I say this, I'm going to preface this. Anyone can be got. But to be got like this for your old lady in public multiple times, I don't know if I could take it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I know that it's bogus and it's messed up, but my respect level totally decreases for him as Larsa Pippen goes to act more of a fool and he's technically still with her.
Yeah, for me, man, and
it shouldn't be like that. I understand.
I feel like the walls is closing in on Scottie a little bit, man. He's trying to fight his way out, but going against Mike ain't the way, man. Mike could be the one that can lift you up, bro. Like, I guess he
reached out to Mike already for that.
I mean, I feel like Mike, I don't know how much more you want, man. Like, you top 50 all time. Good job. You know what I'm saying? You made that. You did that. You know what I'm saying? You got 6 titles. You know, you made some questionable business decisions early on, bro. Like,
well, first of all, I was hanging out with Mike. That was your first question. Thinking you keep up with him.
Well, that don't. You know what, man? I mean, but then that contradicts what he said himself. He said, "Man, we wasn't never cool."
Yeah, like, but he was trying to keep up with them. Mike bought a private plane. He wanted to buy a private plane. Mike did this. He wanted to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. It's a weird situation to me. I look forward to hearing what he got to say, but like the precedence of this, it's nasty to me, man. Like, what are we trying to do here? You know, what are we trying to unearth? So you unearthed something about Michael Jordan from 30 years ago, and now what? What's that do? You tell us something about Michael Jordan we didn't know already, which is the fact Michael Jordan is going to do whatever it takes to win and for him to come out on top. And what's new about that? That's what people admire about Michael Jordan.
I don't know why Scottie hasn't really pushed to drop them 95 Pippins again.
Who knows? He might have sold that contract one night when he needed to put some gas in the jet. I don't know. Maybe Larsa got that contract. Who knows?
Ooh.
Scottie done went through some stuff, man. I know Scottie lost his son last year.
Yeah, you know, and that has a lot that could be affected him as well.
Yeah, man. There's no way that just happens and it's just normal like that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Scottie lashing out. And maybe that's why Mike is just kind of like, man, this ain't about. I'm above this. It's hard to pull Michael Jordan.
I didn't assume the Last Dance was about the whole Bulls. I assumed it was about Mike with everybody else as a kind of a counter. Is a part of the story, but it was really
so let me ask you this: do you feel like it was this set Scottie over edge he was already on, when like being looked at as like just another figure in the Michael Jordan story?
Yeah, and I think that maybe the younger folks start getting at him a little bit about it because we always said that, but it was kind of lost because it's like, oh, that's he a Hall of Famer. He used to play with Mike, but people didn't know and really believe that until they saw the Last Dance.
So here's the weird thing about it to me is that I can remember watching like The Last Dance in real time while people were talking about it. Even people that are like wild younger than me was saying like, man, I didn't even realize like all that about Scottie Pippen, but it was like credit to Scottie. You know what I'm saying? Or like
He didn't
Scottie
take it
got
like that. He
played. Or
didn't like
like
what Mike was saying. He didn't like that. Mike was laughing with the cigar, you know, because that was the main
I think he felt like Mike was. I think he felt like Mike was playing him, and now he's like, "Oh, I got something for you," but you really don't.
Yeah,
Like, what
because
can
you're
you
barking at the
really
moon.
have?
There's nothing you can do. You can do. He is at God's status. You can say nothing about Jordan that's going to make people be like, you know what? I ain't messing with Jordan no more.
It would take some very egregious things.
He would have to do it to himself. He would have to give something to himself, not what you said.
It would take some things. It would take some things that we ain't getting from Michael Jordan. Like it would take like some OJ type stuff to knock Michael.
And we've seen a couple of them happen. Bill, OJ, R. Kelly. Well, R. Kelly had a long standing, but y'all get my point. Is that you can fall from grace.
We just decided to start paying attention to it about
right. But you can't fall from grace, but it's not going to be because of what you said. The only person that's able to do that, I think, is Jose Canseco. He was
Jose Canseco operates.
Jose
Canseco operates in a completely different time and universe than the rest of us.
But he went after people that were bigger than him and got them down. I mean,
Jose Canseco is like Jonathan Majors at the end of Loki. Like he's just at the intersection of time and space. That's where Jose Canseco lives.
Okay.
Steven Seagal is there. Dennis Rodman is there. It's just like a whole different universe of people over there.
So mentioning
Terrell Owens, I think Terrell Owens got a condo up there. Like
that's a good one. Another one too. 2 weeks.
It's a whole different.
Since we're talking about Larsa Pippen a little bit, we might as well shift gears to her ex-lover. Is he ex-lover? I mean, is he considered ex-lover? I guess.
I don't think you ever have to equate love with him. It's something.
Future Hendrix shot at Jada, right?
Yeah. So last week, we talked about, if Jada Pinkett is the personal Michael Myers for Will Smith. Like every time Will get ready to make a move, Jada pops back up. She sits up in that room. She got that butcher knife. She coming.
Shout out to all the downloads, man. A lot of people download the audio version of that episode. I think it was particularly because of the title.
Every time I see her now, man, I hear that one piano note of Halloween when he sit up in that room, and you just be like, "Damn, thought it was over. It's only the beginning.
It's gonna go down."
Tupac back, but we for real Tupac back this time. Yeah, man. So like as soon as we got done recording, man, we dropped the thing that basically I saw an article that said that Future had some words for Jada Pinkett, hearing that she was trying to be free. That Future might be able to help her with some of that emancipation.
If Jada gets with Future, she's literally just doing the scene from Waiting to Exhale with Angela Bassett in the car. I'm just burning all my relationship down.
I mean, anytime articles start getting written, Future says he wants to hang with Jada Pinkett Smith after she said following hard sex life comments. That's like, here's my thing. I got a question for you, and help me out. Everybody out there, help me out. Is Future actually a ghoul? Well, like if you say the right thing, Future manifests himself like
Candyman.
Yeah, like you don't even have to say it in a mirror. Like you just got to kind of like think it or like say it out loud one time, and then Future just starts to appear wherever you at. Like she said the right combination of things to summon Future, and that's a bad thing, as you can tell when you summon Future. Like Future is such a ghoul that Ciara had to drop a prayer about getting free of him and having to manifest a savior to save her from him. So I feel like Future might be a ghoul, man. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. He might be a demon, bro.
Like, maybe he is a ghoul, man. Because he rolls around with immunity too.
I mean, he said, listen, man, Future wrote on his own Instagram story, "I'd rather hang with Jada, #respectfully." I mean, that's like going into a faulty level of disrespect.
I mean, Future doesn't even care. Like, he doesn't care. He's got so much money on the underground levels of society that he doesn't see the benefit of like saying something like that. Like there's always someone. We'll be talking about that in a minute. Actually, you know what? This other incident may be drying up that future bread too, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that underbelly of society that just wants to drink lean and just say Molly Percocet, he's always gonna have a place in their heart. So
he's the god of that. He's the god of that community.
So he doesn't look at it that he needs to maybe move a certain way. He just feels that every woman is potentially his. He just ain't had them yet. Every woman. He just thinks that he just ain't had them yet.
Future is just getting started, and I want to be careful how much I bring him up because I don't want him to insert himself into my lifestyle at some point. So I don't want to be saying his name.
Actually, no. Or is Future the ultimate test for a relationship?
I don't think there could be one greater than that. I mean, I think we'd have to almost be at STD level for it to be worse than Future at this point. Like I don't know, like
you can forgive a whole lot.
Ranking the test for a relationship, getting drunk and kicking game at her best friend in front of her, STDs, and then Future, like in that order. I think that's got to be it. Like Future's got to be the worst part of that.
Breakup.
Yeah, like an STD that manifests itself after the relationship is established, and then Future. Like that's it. That's it. Yeah, bro. Future is a beast, and it's crazy that you look at that and you think about that too, because you had the whole thing that dropped now with Ciara's prayer being out there, where Ciara basically has an entire interview and lyric and songs put out about exactly how she had to ask for divine influence to get her away from that situation with Future. Like, is Future a sunken place? Like, he's not a man. Like, when Future gets you, like, you just fall within the depths of Future. And
all it is Molly and Percocet around you and lean. Like, you just
moving hella slow. Like, and that little flute playing slow as hell in the background.
And then all you hear is Molly Percocet. Molly
Percocet. Future is like his own dimension, dog. Like, that's crazy. That's wild as hell. I mean, I think that the message.
I'm gonna one up you with this. Is Lori Harvey the antithesis of that? Is she have she's like what would be an antacid for Future? Like, she just was able to come back out easily without needing
to living heartburn. Explain the position. I'm open to all suggestions.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking she's able to move frequently. Maybe she's the female version of Future, and that's why that he couldn't totally like corrupt her like he's done other women.
That could be a real thing, man. That could be a real thing. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
And then maybe Larsa Pippen is the same way as well, but she does an older model.
She's definitely that, but she's an older model with a new engine under the hood.
Right. It's like that 79 Cutlass where you just shined it up on the outside, you threw that new engine in that bad boy.
She got a police engine in that joint. She running down cats that just got in the
but
league.
At the same time, that them seats don't move back and forth like they used to, but it runs.
So the thing is,
you ain't got no seat warmers in there. You ain't got none of the bells and whistles.
It ain't all that. It just does what it does. But then Ciara had to pray her way away from Future.
That is crazy, man.
But then the question that I got, and she highlighted some of what it means. I think it's a great, sentiment she had out there, saying that she's prayed for a God-fearing man, prayed for discernment, prayed for wisdom, to really learn from the wisdom that going through the experience that she's going through. She's talking about Future. Like, he's the experience that she's going through. She couldn't even use terms to describe him as a human being, which, going back to Michael Myers and being a ghoul, and they called him the Shape. When they said, when Loomis said, when it's free, and they said, you can't even talk about it like it's a human being. He said, if you insist. She can't even talk about Future in terms of the fact that he is a living, breathing human being. He's an embodiment. Hey, that dude's something else, man. He is hell out here, boy.
Future's a lot.
But then I want to know what Russell Wilson's prayer was, because Russell Wilson was with his first wife, who was a white lady that he had met
Becky Jr.
during his time in college. But here's the thing I'm gonna say about Russell Wilson's prayer, which hasn't been published, and I don't think we ever gonna hear that. Russell's a super positive cat. We've talked about where he is.
Is it the same prayer that Robert Griffin III?
No, I think that Russell Wilson prayed a prayer that many other people prayed, like after they watched like that Level Up video, or they watched it. I think it's a prayer that a lot of us know the words to. Like if Russell Wilson's prayer ever came out, it would sound a whole lot like Hail Mary. Like you could just join in because you prayed that same prayer for that same action. The only difference is that it lives with Russell now. I think that if he started praying it, you would just know the words and you would be like, yeah, bro, I hear you.
Yeah, like, yeah, Russell, I get it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I pray for her that everything works out with this prayer for Russ, because she actually is, now if she's smart and she want to be a real asshole about it, she can market the Russell prayer like and send them out like the personal prayer packages that you get on late night if you stay up late at night, like the prayer water and all that stuff. She could actually send that out to people. I'm like, here's my Russell's prayer if you want to use it, and I blessed it as well.
And it's and it's the whole thing about it is that when you look at it and you look at like what it's really about, you really got to be looking at it like now might be the standard. Like every once in a while something picks up, like how entanglement picked up. You're gonna have all sorts of people saying they had a prayer now. And that's going to get ugly because some people are going to be like, you praying for a nightmare. I used to date him. You ain't what you want. I don't care how he packaging it now. All right, man. So speaking of nightmare and speaking of ghouls and demons and whatnot, man, that Astroworld situation I was confused, man. Like I couldn't even understand exactly what happened, man. Walk the folks into this Astroworld situation. Hey, man, you got to back that camera up, man. Your head's all up in the thing.
No, I was looking at something. I was trying to look over my computer.
yeah, there you get a little uncomfortable. You close, man. Feel like you're FaceTime with your grandparents.
So, if you haven't heard Travis Scott concert, he has a thing he calls Astroworld, like a big festival type weekend in Houston at the old Astrodome grounds, right? I believe.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Yeah, so he has it out there. It was 60, 70, 80,000 people out there or something like that crazy. And basically they had a stampede. And I think that's died.
Texas got to be the only place on earth where you can have an 80,000 person concert right now.
Where? Like, why? How?
Like, why are we doing that?
That's my first thing I'm saying.
The board of directors for this were Donald Trump Jr., Aaron Rodgers, and Steve Bannon. It's safe, y'all. Go ahead and do it. It's time to have an 80,000 person concert right now.
And supposedly, I guess the sheriff or the chief of Houston was like, "Yo, you can't have as many people up in here. We got to watch it and all that." And they basically was like, "Fuck it, we gonna pack these people in here."
They like, we lit, we out here, it's lit.
And so people, now I don't know. It's ridiculous, of everything that is going on with it, but because the deaths that happen, and then you see People Magazine put up a thing saying Kylie Jenner, her kid are okay.
Oh yeah, that was the worst. That was the worst headline. Like whoever did that got to get fired, bro.
Yeah, and after somebody screenshot it, they took it down, but it's out there already.
Yeah, it's out there because like Van Lathan had it and like dropped it out there, and it just got everywhere. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that's one of them times where the criticism, you deserve the criticism. Period. Like at that point, you got to eat that. But people gotta let that you gotta go. Ain't no way you put out there that a celebrity and their kid good, but 9 people died. And like the way that the news was hitting about it, I didn't hear about it till the next morning. It was sounding crazy. Like it sounded like people was just like flipping out. And I still don't think I quite understand like what happened. Like, did Travis Scott say something? Did somebody turn something up? Was it a get your hand out my pocket situation? Like what are we looking at here? Like, how does this occur? I mean, I done heard everything from bad drugs to crowd getting incited by something in the show. Like, I'm just at a loss, bro. This is
it's tragedy, man. And it's like, but his whole thing is getting people hyped up and saying like, yo, fuck the police, not, I don't think he says fuck the police, but like, get wild, get crazy, fuck the security, come on through, come over the gate, come kick it with me, tear it down, tear it up. That's his whole kind of mythos, especially with punk rock not being around as much and those different things. He kind of filled that gap. But we were talking about beforehand with 1969 with the Rolling Stones, and them having that show, I think with the Hells Angels and all of them were there, and it basically almost ruined their careers.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just the longest in the line of festivals that then went awry like that. Like, man, like when you start to get into some of the stuff they talk about, they say it was probably, they heard some rumors about like some lace drugs out there, had people freaking out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People were getting paranoid, like it was all throughout the crowd. Yeah, man, this is crazy. Like, this could change the way that them festivals operate. Like, it's a whole thing, and that's a big money play. You hear about stuff like Burning Man and Woodstock. The Woodstock special is on HBO that's getting ready to come out. It's supposed to be Woodstock 99 special is supposed to drop on HBO. It's supposed to be crazy like that. Bro, it just ain't no reason, man. Like, it's just, this is unnecessary. This is unnecessary death. Like, there's no reason for that to happen other than there being some sinister stuff at play in it. So,
yeah, I mean, I know there's the whole kind of conspiracy theories people going through with the, the demonic thing, and I don't know about all that.
No, I don't know about that either.
I don't.
What
really,
I do know
I don't really
is
jump in that area of YouTube and all that to really dive into.
No, that's too close to
demonic area.
Too close to the dark side of it.
Yeah, I'm not a part of that lifestyle, so I mean, I'll trust y'all on that.
So like, I think that the thing that happened is that people started seeing dead bodies and people started freaking out from some stuff I done heard that just caused like even more problems and stuff like that.
Because people were like passing out, and then that happens at a concert in general because there's so many people in a tight space. Some people lose air, they high, they drunk, they get
dehydrated.
Yep, and that happens. You know what I'm saying? But this one was different because of the type of things going on, and like. Some people finna get paid, man. They finna have to, boy, the insurance.
They say somebody sued Travis Scott, Drake, and was it One Nation or whatever, whoever the big promoter was on it? Live Nation, yeah, that's it. They say they already sued them. Travis Scott said I'm gonna pay for the funerals and stuff like that. Like, bro, they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna be enough.
Yeah, you bet Kylie Jenner ain't gonna marry you soon because they finna come out to that bread too. So that ain't gonna happen because that's the first thing that Kris Jenner is saying probably. Y'all hold that back until this case is over.
Yeah, get that, stay all the way back. That's like Jeff Bezos buying the NFL team. He say, "Oh, I'm gonna let the Stan Kroenke thing get figured out first."
You think? Hey, I was thinking the same thing. Like, is he like, let's see how this goes out? You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna talk about that on this return of Scenario Sports because I got some theories about football in St. Louis, but that's coming up. But man, that's crazy. That's a tragedy. That's unnecessary, man. Like, that's wild. But man, let's get to the scenario tonight, man.
Oh no, we got Will Smith, man.
No, hold on. I wanna let that happen and then touch that one next week.
Okay.
I want to let that happen because there's a tour getting ready to happen. I want to let the tour happen and then I want to touch it. Will Smith, what are you talking about is Will Smith's going on his book tour. And he got some sound like some pretty live events set up for it, some pretty special guests, doing some of the readings and stuff like that. But fuck it, man. Let's get into it, man, because Will Smith said something pretty OC in this, and I got a question for you about it too, man. So introduce the idea. Introduce it.
He was thinking about killing his daddy. Like, he said he saw the steps. I guess his dad got into a wheelchair or something, or was kind of handicapped, and he's thinking about pushing him down the steps. And he said, everybody would think it was okay because I'm Will Smith.
In another callback, in a double callback. So, Will Smith's dad is like responsible for one of the most emotional moments in TV history, even though it was being played out on TV by a different actor. That was all based on real life thing, Will Smith's difficulties with his father and things like that. But the thing on the other day, the thing I look at it is that we were just talking about this the other day though, right? With my guy from Nike, Larry Miller, who said that basically said, I killed a guy back in the day, which I'm still confused as hell about how you could say that. But and there's no punishment that comes down with it. But the thing is going on now is that Will is saying this too, I'm just wondering what this trend is about where you could admit these things back in the day, like you just at the bar chilling with people, but you're doing it in mass media. How does that work?
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
How rich? What's the dollar amount you got to get to where you could say, yeah, I murked somebody. I was thinking about murking somebody. Because, I'm going to tie this back. Donald Trump said he could have killed somebody in Times Square and wouldn't nothing happen to him.
Yeah. Now, I think with COVID, there's so much other stuff going on that you can get kind of wild and saying you're going to kill somebody, because then they could be like, but you ain't really do it. So
I think it's about, you got to be careful. You got to be careful who you say you're going to kill still.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
Yeah.
You can't just.
Will's dad is already dead, so it doesn't matter. It's like a person's not alive, so there's no point. To really prosecute that. And the other thing was so long ago with the guy from Nike, it was like, I mean, I don't care about something happened in 1961, whatever. Now somebody said, yo, I was thinking about killing my wife yesterday. Now you may be in trouble.
That's problematic. That's problematic.
You only can say you're gonna kill somebody that's dead already.
Man, if I would have had my chance, I would have See, for me still, that don't feel, man, I feel like they might go back in time and get you for like attempted. Like,
it's like somebody saying like, man, I would have killed Alpo if the other guy didn't get there first.
Somebody said that this week.
No, I guarantee somebody said that. Lying.
Lined up.
No, and they ain't got nothing about their street politics and nothing, but they talk about they would go kill Alpo.
Will's autobiography would be an interesting read, though, because I mean, there's definitely some things. Will's lived one hell of a fascinating ass life. You know what I'm saying? I think that some of the comments he made about, him feeling like he failed as a father when Jaden asked to be emancipated, what
he's the first free black man, so I don't understand why he didn't understand that yet.
Yeah, I feel like Will really didn't quite understand the destiny of his child at that point. That's like, Joseph standing up and saying, man, I wish that Jesus would have followed in my footsteps instead of his other dad. Like,
it's the state of carpenter.
He here for a different purpose, fam. Like, like he got a higher calling. He's got more things to do that don't require you, brother. That's why you're not in the later verses of his life. Like you just dip. Even though I maintain that Joseph is the first cat that left his family and it then just got glazed over. Joseph had another family on the other side of Bethlehem and he picked the wrong horse in the race. That's why he didn't show up later on.
And I always wondered, Joseph just stopped being seen though. Right after that,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like he disappeared. I feel like Joseph had some of that. We talked about this in the past. Back how cats could have a family on the north side and live on the south side.
Yep. And or have family on the east side and live on the west side. Same thing.
That's Dan Brown needs to make his next book about that. We didn't have the Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons and all that. I want to know where Joseph went.
Where's Joseph?
I want answers. I want Joseph's lyric. That's what I want.
Joseph's lyric. All right, man. Our final thing, man. I got a lot of beef with Kanye West, man. I mean, it's not even Kanye West. It's the people that's really support him.
You threw a bottle into the crowd, man. So I'm gonna let you. Explain the situation here.
So, I basically said Kanye West is the embodiment of the emperor has on no clothes.
Now you gotta explain that too, because some people didn't understand the depth of what that.
Yeah, so emperor has no clothes. It's an old fable where basically an emperor decides, I'm so popular, I'm so this that I can. No, it wasn't him. I think somebody convinced him to do it. Of like, I can just not wear any clothes or whatever because it's the new dope thing and people won't even trip. So no one wanted to say something to the emperor because that he didn't have any clothes on. And so somebody's like, yo, the emperor ain't got no clothes on. Why ain't nobody saying nothing? Just roll with it. He's the best. Roll with it. Trust it. It's trust the process. It just go with it. This is the same thing with Kanye West, man. He lies so much that it's like ridiculous.
Is he like the purpose? Is he like the proof of like you can say something enough time that people will just start believing you? Like just keep saying it.
Or you say you're gonna do something. Maybe he really believes it. Because I got a list of 5 things that Kanye West has lied about that he's never done. I
would like to hear that.
All right. Number 1. Remember in that factories when he was like, after he met with Trump and he's like, I'm gonna build some, I'm already setting up Jesus factories in Chicago to help out the kids, get them some stuff going.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Y'all remember when he said he do owe Big Sean some money, he needs to pay him his royalties back? Y'all remember that?
Sounds familiar.
Never
He
happened.
did Big Sean. He did Big Sean dirty this week too.
And he did him even dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, his comments on 50% of Black deaths come from abortion. I Googled this even to try to find this from any substantiated place. Could not find it.
But there was a bunch of people that was just like, that's a real thing. Like, that's a real problem we got.
Where did you get this data from? You just can't just put out statistics and say, you know what, 80% of such and such, 80% of people from U City that are dope in St. Louis. You can believe that, but I need the stats to back it up.
Well, I mean, take it easy.
Yeah.
I got some stats too here, like the type of things that people just say is that, man, flats are better than drums, man. And here's the proof. Like, I don't know, it feels like you might like it more, but you know.
To have that as your standing point. And then also, Just Blaze stole his beats and was a copycat of him. They are two entirely different producers. That was the worst part of the whole interview, was that part. We like, Just Blaze, that's a clone. I'm like, your beats sound nothing alike.
Not even close. And I was on Just Blaze, was out here getting busy before you too.
Dude.
So let's keep time does matter as well. Time, like I was alive. You can't tell me that I didn't know what was going on with that.
And then also Kanye in his interview says something about a utopian society where everyone eats and all that, but then proceeds to right after that just stun on people because he has more money than them, and also say that he is the leader.
Yeah.
Now, this is where it gets real egregious. He said Lauryn Hill told him, this is Lauryn Hill, we know how egregious she can get. She told him to slow down by saying that you're the leader. Like, hey, hold on now. You know, you can't say you're the leader. You're maybe a leader, but you're not the leader. And this idea that he's a billionaire and that he has the rights for this is the same dumbass shit that we give to Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or any other white dude out there. This they got bread don't mean they know everything about the world.
So can I say something that I thought about while this was going, while I was observing this? First of all, I'd like to say thank you for that status, because I haven't enjoyed any more public uprising and people, you know, I mean, we had everybody in them comments, from the tinfoil hats to the contrarians to the, yeah, y'all tripping, y'all wilding, to the hardcore fans, to the, man, see, y'all brothers got to read in between the lines, cats. Like, everybody was there. It was great. It was, I loved it. And I just love coming in those things and just pointing and laughing at people. It's great. But I'm going to say this, though. I feel like I've seen this episode before. I feel like we've lived it in a much higher stake situation. Kanye West ain't doing nothing different right now than what Donald Trump did when he said he wanted to run for president. I'm just going to go out here, say some shit to some people I know are going to believe it, and I don't really have to worry about the facts, because as many times as I say it, it's going to become a fact because I said so. And cats like that are leading this misinformation era and this lowering of the general awareness of what's happening in the world by people who living in this boom tube and are listening, that are making facts from opinions that are way so far off in the distance somewhere, man. And here's the thing. A lot of the same people I see that are co-signing this stuff is the people that was calling white people dumb as hell for following Donald Trump and making him into the villain. You doing the exact same thing right now by listening to this cat. Like, just you look up in the mirror. You having that damn Spider-Man meme right now. You pointing at somebody who's pointing back at you doing the same exact damn thing. Facts still matter, bro. You can't just make up your own facts. That's not how it works.
Yeah, and then Kanye, this is one of my things, is he talks about this black independence, black slavery, but all he sits there does is suck. And look here, for our white listeners, please don't take this wrong when I say this, but sit here and suck dick of white men that's got money. That's all he did, is suck dick of Elon Musk, Balenciaga, all these other random white guys at Bezos and all these other guys, and to suck their cock the whole damn interview and giving them big ups. And there's millions of black, not even I'm saying millions, but many black billionaires that are black men that own black businesses that are dope that you could refer to, saying like, yo, Dave Stewart here in St. Louis, or Worldwide Technologies. Bob Johnson that owned BET, that, you know, like you could have named other millionaires and billionaires that are black men. Oprah Winfrey, like, yo, like, you ain't got to sit here and act like these white men are the pantheon of everything, because he always like, you know, I want to be like Elon and all them. Why don't you be like Dave Stewart? Why don't you be like Bob Johnson? Why don't you be, well, I mean, Oprah, whatever. That's what. But you understand my point of like, yo, you talk about this black independence, but everybody you talk about that's so dope, besides Jay-Z, is a white guy.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's leading a parade down the wrong way of a one-way street. That's all you're doing. And doing it for no stakes at all. Like, there's no gain in it. Like, he's just doing it just to do it. And I don't know. It's a rebel without a clue to me, man. And for me, you just don't get position and status to say whatever you want to say just because you make some dope music, or you can shoot a jump shot, or you can, you know what I'm saying, throw a football around, or whatever it is. Your talent don't equate you to the ability to change reality. That just ain't how it works, man.
Like, and then like this dumbass shit, like, yo, people were giving him so much props, and this dumb dude said, I don't read and I don't do numbers. And I'm like, so hold on. You don't read and don't do numbers, but we supposed to believe you and everything you fucking talking about.
Yeah, because I said so. Because I sell $36 chicken fingers at my concert where I don't perform, but you show up to watch me walk around in a circle and listen to Spotify. Like, he got folks on a mission, man. People like Kanye West are dangerous, dog. Like, it's people,
hey, but go into what you said, though. Go into what you said, though. You said about Kanye West.
Say what?
What you said about Kanye West about running a what?
I don't know. What did I say?
You said running an intellectual pyramid scheme.
Oh my God. Yeah, I thought you talking about what I just said, man. Yeah, man. He's running an intellectual money pyramid giving tree. That's all he's doing. Is he telling you he's giving you one thing, and then all he's doing is gives you absolutely a promise of getting absolutely nothing back. But it's just you buying into it. You buying into it. Like, come on, man. Give me your money. You're gonna get it back times 50. You know why? Because Yeezy says so. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeezy just said, he said, I'm gonna pay Beanie Siegel all this money because he gave me that Yeezy. You think Beanie Siegel really see that money?
Man, listen, man. You know how you can understand how somebody gonna treat you. Look at how they treat everybody else. And that's it at the end of the day. And you do all this. Meanwhile, you say, I ain't got the divorce papers yet, so I want Kim back. While Kim is on Long Island hanging out with Pete Davidson. That combination of even putting those words together gives me a migraine. I don't even understand how to equate that. But this dude thinks he can literally shape reality, man. And it's a whole lot of y'all is out there helping him do it, because you like,
no. It doesn't matter for him because he's got too much bread. It's y'all dumb motherfuckers that think this is all good. Like, you don't need no house. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? That's how you build wealth, fucker. Because if you're a billionaire, I could stay anywhere because I got $1 billion. But for the regular person, that's how you establish wealth for your family, is by home ownership and owning land.
Well, and the thing I'll say about it is, man, is that
he's, man.
Yeah, it's like when you sit there, you buy into that stuff, man, you perpetuate it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say that cats like Kanye West are dangerous, bro. They're dangerous.
No, it is exposed, like you said, exposed to people that are going to want to follow that and think that that's good.
Well, because right now, the biggest problem I got, and I see a whole lot of this, is that people they give people credit for being different just for the sake of being different,
just being contrarian, just to say they're contrarian. Doesn't matter if it's factual or not. You just going against the grain. That's dope.
Like, if you going, like, man, yeah, he different, man. He not following the rules. Like, he's
a free thinker. That's the one. That's the fucking word I hate. Free thinker.
Yeah, and you know what we struggle with? We struggle with the logic of being able to understand when somebody's doing something for a cause and when they're doing something for show. And right now, there's a bunch of people doing a whole lot of shit for show that ain't based in nothing.
Or for self.
Let the defense rest.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, Kanye, man, like, dude. And then I'm not even mad at him no more. I'm mad that y'all really keep thinking this is some deep dude. I'm mad at y'all. I ain't mad at Kanye.
Well, here's the thing I'm gonna say. If you're intellectually 6 feet tall, the five foot part of the pool ain't that deep. But if you only 3 feet tall, you in tall water when the 5-foot logic come around. So that's all it is.
I mean, shout out to people that don't read or don't do numbers. You know, that don't mean nothing. This is y'all king. This dude just said he don't read and he don't do numbers.
History will show you, man, that our greatest thinkers have not read or done numbers. They don't do letters and numbers, man. That's just how it works.
And damn, you're probably right though, man. Damn. That's the sad part about it. Damn.
All right, brother.
Well, that is
man. Like we started off, man. SOLC Sports and Culture, man. Check it out. That's our newest endeavor, man. As always, check out everything that's dropping from the network, man. Whether it be commentary, whether it be just kicking it, whether it be we coming for you cast, whether it be who am I missing out on? I only love 90s music. You know what I'm saying?
We got go to the link tree. We got Linktree/SOLC Network. You can see all the shows on there. And you go directly.
I'm about to promise something in advance too, man. Next episode scenario, man. We haven't got to do this properly. When people join the network, we haven't come on. We was on hiatus, so we didn't do it the right way.
Yeah, we got to bring out some more people. Yeah,
we bring it on Doja. We bring it on Sleep. We telling them that you're gonna make it work in your calendar. You're gonna join us on here, man. We're gonna really mix it up in a fatal 4-way match with some things here.
And my last thing for y'all Kanye West people, man, because this really bugs me. Is I send everybody off. Make sure y'all subscribe everywhere. Appreciate that love and all that good stuff. But just remember, this dude is a billionaire for music. Fine, whatever. But he was crying that he was just broke. 2 or 3 years ago, asking Facebook's owner to give him a loan. I'm just saying.
Life got seasons. Understand which one you in.
I'd rather follow Jay-Z than follow Kanye West.
Just don't give up an opportunity at 500 stacks at dinner to him to follow Jay-Z. Just don't do that.
And I'm sure Jay-Z would tell you to go take the money.
Shout out to Brennan, man. He sent me a video of Jay-Z giving somebody some advice on the street. Mm-hmm. It's just like, Jay-Z, how can we be successful in you? Jay-Z is just like, work hard, you know what I'm saying? Believe in yourself. I was like, shit, you can come to happy hour with me and I give you better advice than that. Shit, you better take that money every time.
What's so fucked up, mad about that is Kanye would say, you should have the meeting with me instead of taking the money. Jay-Z would tell you to go take the money.
And Kanye will tell you, yeah, absolutely being with me. But guess what? Give me the money and then still come have the meeting with me. That's the type of cat Kanye is.
And bring it to the Sunday service.
Right. I'm telling you, dog.
Keep in mind, this dude says he's supposed to be
Kanye is done.
No, I got one more thing.
Hold on, I'll say this. He's done everything that textbook cult leaders do, and he's done it out in the open.
I'm good. You got it.
He won a Grammy for starting up a cult. That's all I'm saying.
But no, that's it. What I'm saying has nothing to do with that. I'm willing to end it right there. We'll see y'all. Peace.